It has now been several days since week 1 of the KMEA marching band season. We had 8 different competitions that took place across the Bluegrass, so let's go through the results. Alright, so similar to before, I'm going to go through each of these contests as they are listed on the KY Band website. We will go through placements from bottom to top, discussing scores for each of the placements, and then once I am done with all of these competitions, we will go through week 2 and I will give my predictions for the top 3 of each of those competitions taking place this Saturday. So, let's start with Beechwood. We had 9 competing groups. In 9th place, with a score of 55.05, we had Paris High School. In 8th place, with a score of 58.45, we had Connor High School. In 7th place, with a score of 59.0, we had Henry County. In 6th place, with a score of 61.1, we had Grant County. In 5th place, with a score of 65.9, we had Lloyd Memorial. In 4th place, with a score of 69.35, we had Highlands. In 3rd place, with a score of 71.65, Dixie Heights. In 2nd place, with a score of 77.2, we have Campbell County. And in 1st place, with a score of 79.1, we had Larry A. Ryle, who took all of the captions. So congratulations to the Larry A. Ryle High School for your 1st place finish, as well as all the groups that competed at Beechwood that day. Moving on to Elizabethtown. We had 11 competing groups. So, in 11th place, with a score of 37.0, we had Valley High School. In 9th place, with a score of 44.15, we had Butler County. In 8th place, with a score of 49.15, we had Breckenridge County. In 7th place, with a score of 52.15, we had Campbellsville. In 6th place, with a score of 52.75, we had Edmondson County. In 5th place, with a score of 62.55, we have Meade County. In 4th place, with a score of 64.7, we have Warren East. In 3rd place, with a score of 65.7, we have LaRue County. In 2nd place, with a score of 69.15, we have North Hardin, who also took Best Visual. So congratulations to North Hardin. And in 1st place, with a score of 71.5, we have Taylor County that took Music and General Effects. So congratulations to Taylor County and North Hardin, as well as all of the groups that competed at Elizabethtown. Moving on to Franklin Simpson, we had 12 competing groups here. In 12th place, with a score of 44.55, we had Cumberland County. In 11th place, with a score of 45.0, we had Monroe County. In 10th place, with a score of 49.2, we had Barron County. In 9th place, with a score of 49.5, Ballard Memorial. In 8th place, with a score of 51.4, we had Metcalfe County. In 7th place, with a score of 54.15, Logan County. In 6th place, with a score of 54.3, Russellville. In 5th place, with a score of 57.9, Muhlenberg County. In 4th place, with a score of 58.1, Allen County, Scottsville. And in 3rd place, with a score of 58.8, McCracken County. In 2nd place, with a score of 59.8, South Warren. And in 1st place, with a score of 70.35, Murray High School. who took all of the captions. Congratulations to Murray, as well as all of the competing groups at Franklin Simpson. Moving on to Graves County, we had 5 competing groups here. In 5th place, with a score of 50.75, West Carroll Junior Senior High School. Extra shout out to you all. You came from Tennessee, as I later learned. So thank you all for attending a KMEA competition. Thanks for visiting the state of Kentucky to compete in marching band. And good luck to the rest of your all season, guys. Moving on to 4th place with a score of 55.15, Paducah Tilghman. As I've said before, guys, if I am mispronouncing that name, please let me know in the comments, because I'd hate to be pronouncing that name wrong the whole time. This will be the 3rd time on record now, so if I'm pronouncing it right, someone let me know. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, someone let me know, because I want to pronounce it right, because they're a Kentucky school. Moving on to 3rd place with a score of 65.25, Marshall County. In 2nd place with a score of 66.8, we have Mayfield, who also took Best Music, so congratulations to you all. And in 1st place with a score of 67.5, Callaway County, that took Visual and General Effects. So congratulations to you all and Mayfield, as well as all of the other competing groups at this competition. Moving on to Madison Southern, we had 12 competing groups here. In 12th place, with a score of 49.75, Harlan. In 11th place, with a score of 53.65, East Jesmond. In 10th place, with a score of 55.5, Nicholas County. In 9th place, with a score of 56.15, Rowan County. In 8th place, with a score of 58.35, we have Southwestern. In 7th place, with a score of 60.4, Williamstown. In 6th place, with a score of 61.15, South Laurel. In 5th place, with a score of 61.3, Lee County. Shout out to the small band for climbing that high. I have not seen a video on you all yet, but good job, guys. That's really good. Power to the small bands, man, because our small programs matter just as much as any of our big programs. Moving on to 4th place, with a score of 65.35, Boyle County. In 3rd place, with a score of 66.33, Garrett County. In 2nd place, with a score of 67.6, Mercer County. And in 1st place, with a score of 70.45, Estill County, that took all of the captions. So congratulations to you all, as well as all of the other competing groups that were here. Moving on to Madisonville North Hopkins, where we had 5 competing groups. In 5th place, with a score of 62.2, Webster County. In 4th place, with a score of 64.25, Henderson County. In 3rd place, with a score of 66.7, Hancock County. In 2nd place, with a score of 69.7, Owensboro. And in 1st place, with a score of 70.9, Davies County, that took all of the captions. So congratulations to you all, as well as all of the other competing groups here. Moving on to Paul Lawrence Dunbar, where I was at. We had 8 competing groups here, so let's get started. In 8th place, with a score of 45.25, Lewis County. In 7th place, with a score of 49.4, Martha Lane Collins. In 6th place, with a score of 61.7, Woodford County. In 5th place, with a score of 62.3, Tades Creek. In 4th place, with a score of 63.55, Harrison County. In 3rd place, with a score of 63.85, Henry Clay. In 2nd place, with a score of 71.45, Bourbon County. who also took Best Music at this competition. Big congratulations to you all. And in first place, with a score of 71.9, Lafayette, who took Visual and General Effects. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of extra focus on these top two at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, because if you heard those scores, you will realize how close Bourbon was to actually winning this competition. It was scary close. Bourbon had a 71.45. Lafayette had a 71.9. That is not a big gap. That is not a big gap at all. So, extra shout out to you all. This contest was a really good contest. We had a lot of fantastic groups here, as well as everywhere else. So, good job to everyone that was here. Moving on to our final competition, we have Washington County. Now, before I discuss the results, I've got to give a shout out to the people that ran the live stream for this competition that I don't really feel like a lot of people knew about until after the fact. You can watch the live stream now. It's still up on their channel on YouTube. The name of this company, excuse me, is G&G Productions. They've done live streams before, I guess, around the area, but they did one for the Washington County competition in particular, and it looks phenomenal. Now, I've been trying to get KMEA hooked up with a live stream for a while. I've tried the NFHS network. I know a lot of people have tried Flow, so I didn't really go down that route. Now I'm moving on to this company, and I hope it ends up working out. I did end up shooting an email to Strobe about these people, and then I sent an email directly to G&G themselves, giving them contact information for KMEA, so these two can talk to each other, because if we can get a live stream worked out for state finals this year, I would be ecstatic. And I know a lot of you people who can't go to the KMEA state finals would also be very happy about that. So I'm not going to say anything to give you all false hope. I would say in this case, plan for the worst, hope for the best. But I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I've been trying behind the scenes to get somebody that will work with KMEA and somebody that KMEA would like to work with to get a type of live stream service available for state finals, because we need that. We need that bad. This is KMEA state finals. We need everybody to see that. And I'd love for a lot of people at home to be able to see the KMEA state finals. So we'll see how that goes. Anyway, that is my discussion about G&G Productions. Now we are going to go back and talk about the Washington County competition results. We had 5 competing groups here. In 5th place, with a score of 52.55, we had Casey County. In 4th place, with a score of 56.25, Marion County. In 3rd place, with a score of 64.65, Pulaski County. In 2nd place, with a score of 65.3, North Oldham High School. And in 1st place, with a score of 71.15, Grayson County, that took all of the captions. So congratulations to Grayson County, as well as all of the other competing groups. Good job, guys, to everyone that competed this week in week 1. You all did a great job. Definitely a great way to kick off the season. We had a lot of great results that happened across these competitions, and hope all of you kids are happy, and hope you all have a great rest of your all seasons wherever you choose to go. So, we have discussed week 1 and all the results, all the scores, all the competitions, the captions that each of these groups took. Let's go over week 2. I want to preface this and say there are 2 competitions on here. The argument could be made 3, where I am unsure exactly where people are going to place. Somebody might crack into these top 3 that I'm not thinking about right now. Now, to be fair, in my week 1 predictions for my top 3, I was 12 for 12. I got 12 of them right, and I got 12 of them wrong. Perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Anyways, let's discuss what I believe the top 3 for each of these competitions is going to be this coming Saturday. We will work our way from the top and go down, starting with Boyle County, where I will be at. Now, 3rd place and 2nd place are kind of the uncertainties here. I'm confident in 1st. It's at least the placement I'm most confident in, but 1st could be wrong as well. I just think the 1st place band is a little bit more guaranteed because they're cleaner right now, as opposed to the bands I have in 2nd and 3rd. Anyways, 3rd place, I'm going with Garrett County. Now, from my understanding, for Garrett, I believe they competed. They competed at Madison Southern, and from what I've heard, they didn't really have the strongest performance at Madison Southern. Coincidentally, that was Harrison County. They didn't really have strong performances. I'm not going to say they were bad, but they could have been stronger. So I'm sort of putting Garrett and Harrison counties in the same boat as far as that. Depending on what performance both of these groups bring will probably determine where they end up placing in 3rd and 2nd. But we'll have to see. We'll see whenever it gets there. It could be a scenario where results from prelims are different from results in finals. So we shall see how it goes. I'm definitely looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to seeing Garrett County because I didn't get to see them or see any videos from Madison Southern. Regardless if it was a less than stellar performance, I am a little bit bummed that I haven't been able to see them yet. I have seen pictures for Garrett County, and it looks very promising. I am excited. They are the group I would probably safely assume that Garrett County is probably the group I'm most excited for this year, just because they've got an incredible staff team that I feel like is going to get them in very good places in the coming years. And as of right now, I still have them in 2nd place for Class 3A, and I'm not changing my mind on that right now. I think their team, their director, I think they're in a really good spot, and I think they're going to grow really well. Anyways, 3rd place, I'm going with Garrett County. Now, in 2nd place, I'm going with Harrison County. Like I said, guys, 2nd and 3rd, they could flip-flop between prelims and finals. I'm going with Harrison County because I think my gut tells me they did have dirty runs at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, but I feel like knowing Stone and at least the better rate that Harrison County has started this season, I feel like they'll be cleaner by Boyle, that I feel confident putting them in 2nd place. I'm not going to say confident is the word. I don't really know the word I would use. I'm trusting my gut. I guess that's what I'm going with, because as I said earlier, I'm not confident at all. So why would I say I'm confident when I'm not confident? But yeah, that's who I'm going with. Could flip-flop, but we'll see how it happens. And in 1st place, yes, guys, you guessed it, I am going with Estill County. I have seen a video of Estill County, and they're very clean. They're very clean. It's been the case with them for the past couple of years. It's them and Beechwood, man. They love to be super clean, and they are definitely showing it. So, going with Estill because of cleanliness and execution, I believe they will be in 1st. Alright, now that I am done talking about Boyle County, let's move on. In Christian County, shout out to Christian County because this will be the last time that this school will host a competition before they end up merging with Hopkinsville. So it's gonna be it's gonna be very bittersweet for the people who are attending this competition. Really sad in a way. Sad to see that these two schools are gonna be. They're not. I'm not gonna say non-existent, but they're not gonna be the same because they're merging. And when they merge, that's a 5A program right there, and that's a whole different story for a whole nother day. Anyways, 3rd place, I am going with Callaway County. 2nd place, I'm going with Davies County. And in 1st place, I'm going with Murray. I'm pretty confident in those top 3. We all know that Murray's going to win. That's pretty set in stone. I'm confident in second. I'm just confident in all three of these. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but I'm more certain for this than I am Boyle County, let me tell you. All right, Hart County. Third place, I'm going with Owensboro Catholic. Now, third place, I'm kind of a bit in the air about. I'm going with Owensboro Catholic, but could be wrong. I'm just trusting my gut on that one. Second place, I'm going with Grayson County. And in first place, I'm going to go with Taylor County. I don't anticipate that the gap between Grayson and Taylor is going to be too terribly big, but I am confident in those placements nonetheless. All right, moving on to Lafayette, where I was originally going to go until, plans changed. Now, for the top three, I'm pretty confident that these top three will be the top three. Will the placements maybe be different than what I have? Potentially in first and second, but I don't know yet. It's kind of up in the air until we see this competition happen. But anyways, in third place, I'm going to go with Madison Central. In second place, I'm going with Beechwood. And in first place, I'm going with Larry A. Ryle. Now, like I said, guys, it's not crazy to think that Beechwood could be in a position where they could win this competition. It has happened before, so it's not outrageous. I think the only reason I'm going with Ryle is I think Ryle has a really good show right now, and I think they're clean enough to where they're pretty much, I'd say, if I were in that band, I would feel kind of safe with getting first, but like I said, it could be different. Beechwood could win this competition, but I'm just trusting my gut on another scenario right here. I'm trusting my gut with Larry A. Ryle. But if Beechwood does end up winning, go Beechwood. Good groups here. This for 5A, 5A East in particular, that if you're wanting to see how these groups are stacking up early, it's where you want to be, because there's so many 5As here, man. All right, moving on to LaRue County. In third place, I'm going with Allen County, Scottsville. In second place, okay, let me backtrack. Third place, I'm pretty confident in. Just feel like I need to add that. Could it be different? Maybe. But we'll see. I'm trusting my gut on that one. Allen County, Scottsville is my pick. Second place, I am going with Adair County. And in first place, after seeing their performance at their previous competition, I'm going with North Hardin. North Hardin, I am not afraid to say it, is kind of shocking me right now, because they've done some cleaning, pretty serious cleaning. You can tell, especially in their visual. Like, North Hardin, I feel like, it's got visual in the bag. At least that's what my gut is telling me. Now, to be fair, I have not seen Adair County yet. Could Adair spice things up? That there is potential. It's hard to say because I haven't seen a video of Adair. At the end of the day, I'm just kind of trusting what I have seen. And right now, from what I've seen, North Hardin is clean. I feel like they're going to be clean for LaRue County. And I'm pretty confident in the fact that they will take first place. Now, again, if something different happens, congratulations to the group in the future that ends up proving me wrong. Just for now, anyway, I see North Hardin taking the competition and the win. Moving on to Pulaski County. Third and second, I'm kind of confident in. Of course, Bourbon County is going to win this. Yeah, I went ahead and gave it away. I have Bourbon County in first, but that's not outrageous. After what they just did at Paul Lawrence Dunbar, there's just no way. But in third place, I'm going with Washington County. In second place, I'm going to go with South Laurel. And in first place, obviously, I just said it, I'm going with Bourbon County. Pretty confident in first. Second and third, I'm confident-ish in. just, I don't know, like, I want to say 60% confident. Oh, that's outrageously low. I'm going to go with 70% confident. One of y'all is going to end up proving me wrong. One of y'all, Washington, South Florida, something's going to happen here. It's just going to blow up in my face. Anyways, going with my gut, that's my top 3. And now we are moving on to Russellville. Now, I do not know a lot about these groups at Russellville. This year, it's hard to gauge. So, as far as my top 3 goes, I'm kind of just basing it off of previous results that I've seen because I have not seen anything on these groups, and there's no confidence in my top 3 here. So, for Russellville, for my top 3, it will probably end up being completely different from what I'm about to say. And that's okay. I don't know. I don't know a lot about these groups right now, and I haven't seen any videos yet either on them. So it's really hard to kind of gauge. But anyway, I gotta put my top 3 out there somehow. So let's get it over with. 3rd place, I'm going with Butler County. In 2nd place, I'm gonna go with Greenwood. And in 1st place, I'm going with Logan County winning the competition. That's it, everybody. That is my top 3 for each of these competitions taking place in week 2. Guys, I know it's been an incredible amount of time since the end of week 1. I should have had this video out by at least Monday, and it's freaking Thursday. So that's outrageous. I'm sorry. Work called, and I just had to stay with it. I was incredibly busy. But nevertheless, I wanted to get this out before week 2 started. And, yeah, that's all I've got. Guys, I said it last video, I'll say it again. Let me know in the comments who you believe your top 3 is going to be for each of these competitions. Or just slap all your predictions for the entire lineup of these competitions. I want to see. I want to see what you all think. And, as I've said in reactions, if you have a program that you would like me to react to that I have not covered yet, please put a video link in the comments section below and I will get to it as soon as I can. I can't guarantee when I will get to it. I can't guarantee I can get everybody if I suddenly get hoarded by a lot of reaction videos. I will do what I can. But at the very least, I will have your all's name so I can put it on a list. And I will go by that list and so on and so forth. Anyways, that's all I've got, guys. Keep practicing hard to the bands that are practicing hard. And good luck at week 2. I will be at Boyle County for both prelims and finals because that's where Harrison County will be. So, won't be hard to find. Just look for the giant tripod in the middle of the stands in the far back, right on the 50. I will be right there in my Bands of America jersey. Say hello, and I look forward to seeing you guys. Good luck to y'all, and have a fun rest of the season on week 2.